For Debra, I needed to know, or I'd like to know what her position is on energy. I was needing to know if she would fight the federal government if they should try and pass the cap and trade, and would she fight them to allow us to get nuclear energy? You know, as important as energy is to the economy, I was just wondering how she stood on that.
All right, those are very good questions, Brian. Thanks for calling. Debra, what about cap and trade? If Obama succeeds in getting that through, is there any way to avoid it in Texas?
You know, I've long been told, Lynn, that I have to pick my battles, but that's one of them that ought to rank right up there at the top. I'd like to say very forcefully that we're going to battle the federal government on every single overreach that they do. The reality is we're going to have to pick those battles, but cap and trade is certainly one where we need to stand strong. We've got to defend energy in Texas, and we've got to defend agriculture in Texas. We have too long told our energy producers and our farmers and ranchers how much they can grow and how they can do it and how they can produce, and that's got to stop. Texas needs to get to work, and we need to untie the arms of our energy sector and our ag sector and let them get about the business of earning a living and producing.
Debra, what are your thoughts on global warming?
Pie in the sky, bogus. I'm not seeing a lot of.
You're not buying into it, huh?
Not buying into those arguments.
All right, I go to a website, Debra, fairly often just to look at it, called TexasBudgetSource.com, and even as Texas is in so much better shape than, say, California, those would probably be the two opposite ends of the spectrum. California's in terrible condition financially. Texas is not bad. But even so, this state spends money like it's going out of style, even though we've managed to keep our head above water. Can this state get by if we severely cut back the amount of money, lower taxes, get this state back to being a state that spends much less than it does now? Is that possible?
I absolutely believe that's possible. You know, every family in this state, I feel quite confident, has cut back dramatically over the last 6 or 8 months as we've seen the economic upheaval in our country. Unfortunately, that message didn't seem to get into Austin, and we've not seen cuts in spending there. Not only have we not seen cuts in spending, our bonded debt in the state of Texas has doubled in the last 8 years. That's a problem for us. We've got to cut spending, not just talk about new taxes or moving tax from one area. You know, we've given businesses a franchise tax. We've raised the level under which you're exempt from the franchise tax, but we've shoved that tax over to another area. We haven't cut spending. We've got to eliminate property tax. We've got to eliminate or reduce the margins tax in Texas, and that will begin to draw business into the state and improve the economic conditions.